How's it going, guys? It is Kevin with the AZ Campcraft channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at a piece of gear that I got recently, the Reflect HEX G2 tarp from 2gosystems. Alright, so I got it set up next to my 40-ounce Coleman water bottle there to show a size comparison when it's packed. Now, you can pack this tighter and smaller, save yourself a little bit more room. The tarp itself is going to come with 6 ground stakes, comes with guy lines as well. So that all fits into the bag, as well as a removable awning. And we'll show that a little bit later. The packed weight, along with everything, the stakes and the guy lines and all that, the awning, I believe is right around 1.8 pounds. So let's get this pulled out and we'll take a look at it. Alright, so here's the tarp. You can see it's a hex shape. I'll get it unfolded here in a second. But it comes in this nice brown color, which I'm a big fan of. I like the earth tones. And you can see here, this is the removable awning, which I'm going to be showing off here in a little bit. Comes with some ground stakes, and this is the stuff sack. Also comes with some guy line rope and these tensioners here. So I have 4 more of those guy line ropes tied off onto the corners here. But let me get this unfolded and we'll go into some of the features. Alright, one of the first things I'm sure you noticed is the color here on the underside. Now, it's a aluminum coated tarp, so it's a reflective tarp. During the winter, it's going to reflect some of your body heat back down to you. So it's going to work just as well in the summer by means of blocking the radiant heat from the sun or reflecting it away from you, you know, to help keep you cooler when you're underneath it. So if you set this up reflective side out, which I have already, I did for like 4 days straight. You can see it's kind of dirty there. It was underneath the pine tree, and it was raining a lot, so a bunch of dirt and tree sap and gunk like that got on it, but not a big deal. But yeah, anyways, this is a really nice addition for a tarp in the summer, because it blocks all that heat away from you. It was a hugely noticeable difference between the temperature outside, out from, you know, away from the tarp, and what it was underneath the tarp. It was almost like its own little microclimate. So we got the guy lines on here with the tensioners, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 tie out points, and then we got the ridge here too. So on the ridge he has, or on the corners here, the ridge, he has extra material for better coverage. You can see here, yeah, flip it over, it might be a little bit better and easier to see. So he's got 1 tie out point here, and then there's another one at the end of the extra material, 2 actually. So these hold together by snaps, and you can either unsnap it or not. So this feature of the tarp just gives you a little bit more extra coverage here on the corners of the ridge. So let me get this set up, and we'll take a better look at it while it's set up. Alright, and here it is set up with the reflective side out. So the corners here, they have an extra bit of material, and it's close together with snaps, so you could unsnap that and take this tie out point and tie it to the ground, or you can keep it snapped together like I have, and then I just simply tied a line from here over to the tree there. So it has full extension. So when you're underneath here, you got a good, you know, it's a little bit more than my arm's length from the end of the hammock here. All right, and you can see from inside of the hammock, got plenty of room, plenty of coverage. And again, I'm a really big fan of the color. It's not obnoxiously bright or anything like that, so it blends in pretty well with the environment. When it's flipped the other way around, reflective side in, it's still not bad at all. It's more just like a gray. Since the sun isn't shining on it, it's not all bright. So I have it set up with the tie-out points pretty steep and close to the ground. You can get it steeper in case it was really windy or something like that. Help block a little bit more of that wind. The way I have it set up now is still pretty good wind coverage, but it's not super short. I'm able to walk underneath it. I can't stand up fully, but I don't have to crouch down too low. So there you can see how you just had that extra bit of room between the end of the hammock and the end of the tarp there. So when this is flipped around and the reflective side is in and you have the brown color facing out, it does have a tie-out loop on each end here, right where this extra material starts. So I could have ran the ridge line through there. I didn't even bother, but they are there. There's one on this end and there's one on the opposite end as well. And then on one end of the tarp, there's this water resistant zipper here. And that has to do with probably one of my favorite features of the tarp. And that is the removable awning. So give me a second here and I'll get that set up. I'm also going to change the configuration of the tarp just a little bit. I'm going to find some sticks and we're going to raise this end up so it's a little bit higher. And then we'll get that awning put on there and check it out. Okay, so if I remember correctly from the website, the tarp itself is about 14.5 foot by like 8 foot 3 inches or so. And I got the detachable awning pulled out here. And this, I believe, is 7 by 4 feet, give or take. I'll put a link down to his website so you can get the specs directly from the website. Same deal. It's going to be brown on one side, the reflective aluminum coating on another, and it's got a water resistant zipper here, which I'll attach in a second. But one cool thing about the detachable awning is that you can use it as the awning, or when it's detached, you could set it up underneath your hammock, for example. You'd have to figure out a way to tie it up there. But it does have tie-out points, so it is possible. But that could be a reflective underquilt. You could even just throw it inside of the hammock under your sleeping bag as a reflective ground sheet, as it were. Put it on the ground as a reflective ground sheet. When I'm set up in a hammock, I can put this underneath and stake it down, and it could be a reflective ground sheet for Ziggy, help him keep a little bit more warm. Could even be used as a small solo survival tarp, and I mean, there's plenty of uses you could use the detachable awning for, and the fact that it's got the reflective coating on it just makes it that much more versatile. So let me get this set up here and we'll take a look. Alright, so as you can see, I took this one side and I just opened it up a bit more. tied it up higher, so it's more like an awning in itself. Gives you a little bit more room underneath there. And the way I did that is I just grabbed some sticks, and you take the guy outline here and you wrap it around like 5 times, prop the stick up, and then stake it down, and ends up looking like that. So let me get this awning zippered on and tied down, and we'll take a look at it, because looks like we're about to get another thunder and rainstorm here. Okay, and there it is with the awning set up. Take a quick look at this. So I have it set up with one side lower for when rain hits, it can drain off to that one corner there. And nice thing about this is it just gives you that bit of extra room. You could put some gear underneath the patio right there. It'd just be a place to hang out and sit underneath as well. In the wintertime, when you have it set up with the reflective side in, you could put a small campfire out in front, or on the side or something like that where this corner is. So that's a cool feature, and it's all attached with this water resistant zipper here. So you can definitely get it set up a little bit better, a little bit more taut, but this would do for me. I just wanted to get it up to show an example of it. Yeah, you can see when you're hanging out underneath it, it's got plenty of room. Alright guys, so I just wanted to get a quick video up showing this tarp, showing it set up in at least 1 or 2 different configurations, and just kind of going over some of the features of it. This is basically like an initial impression of it. Over the next few months, as I use it more and more, I can put out a review actually after using it for a few months. So but yeah, so far I'm nothing but impressed. I've had it set up a few times before this and spent some time underneath it. I haven't done like an overnight or anything in it yet, but I did have it set up, and I was just reading and watching some shows underneath it, hanging out in the hammock a week or 2 ago, and it was like 85 out and pretty warm out in the direct sunlight, but underneath this, with it set up like this with the reflective side out and the breeze, it was just about perfect. Very noticeable difference in terms of the temperature underneath the tarp and outside of the tarp. So yeah guys, check out 2gosystems. I'll put a link below to their website and the Instagram. The owner of the company's name is Brian. He's a really nice guy. If you have any questions, he's more than willing to answer them. You know, he's got some very good customer service. I like to say he's like a mad camp scientist, because he comes up with all these ideas like this tarp, and just he's got a whole list of great products. So
I actually do have 3 other pieces of gear from him that I'm going to be going over in some videos here soon. I have a field blanket from him. I have a HT trifecta bivy from him, and I also have another reflective tarp, but this one's just a 10 by 10, more of a like a square tarp, just a traditional 10 by 10 square tarp. So I will be showing off those other products here soon, but I just wanted to get this video out because over the last close to 2 weeks here, it's just been monsoon storms and rain and weather like that. So monsoon season finally hit here in Arizona, and it's definitely showing. Actually got a rainstorm rolling in right now, but we did have a couple hours of sunlight and clear weather this morning, so wanted to get out, stretch the legs a little bit, get this video done, and before we have to go lock ourselves in the trailer again, which like I said, over the last week and a half, basically 80% of our time's been spent in the trailer. So me and Ziggy are both getting a little bit of that cabin fever, and we just wanted to get out today to get this video done. So thanks for watching, guys. Expect some more videos on gear like this. Like I said, I have 3 more pieces of gear to go through from 2gosystems. I'm also going to be reviewing some gear from the Hidden Woodsman and showcasing that. And then once the bugs calm down a little bit, once they start getting out of here, I'll be doing a lot more overnighter trips or bushcraft trips and just trip videos like that. I'll be focusing more on trip videos where it's going to show off me using all this new gear that I've gotten. So again, guys, thanks for watching the video, and check the description below for the links to the manufacturer's website and Instagram, and we'll see you on the next one.